Hi, welcome back to Healthy Kids Lunches. I'm Jess, and this week we have a lot of new subscribers to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, and we're so happy that you found us. The goal of Healthy Kids Lunches is to help you create a healthier lunch for your children, and that they're going to enjoy eating and be excited to eat, and to do it in like under 10 minutes every day, because we don't have a lot of time as busy moms to be cooking lunches. But we can make healthy lunches, and we can do them quickly, and our kids will be excited to eat them. So that's what our channel is all about. And today we're going to talk about one tool that I've been testing out, the Spiralizer. It sounds really cool. I've seen this all over blogs and Facebook. I walked into my girlfriend's kitchen the other day and she had one, so I knew I had to get it and try it out. Now, I've always used this spiralizing tool to make my little carrot coins. And I mean, I've used it a ton, and it's been great for carrots and small vegetables, but this one definitely has a little bit more functionality. So the two big differences between these two: this big white spiralizer actually has a corer in it, so it will core your vegetables, and it can accommodate a really large vegetable. This one will not core your vegetables, and it doesn't have that much space. So, but they both have their separate uses. I will say, unless you have a giant carrot, you really can't do carrots in the white spiralizer. So that would be one. If your kids eat a ton of carrots and you're thinking of spiralizing carrots, the green one is definitely better, unless you're buying giant carrots, which you could be. That's definitely a possibility. So let's just get going on these and see what I've done with them. We'll do the carrots first. I actually found these awesome purple carrots at the store, and if you looked at our last video about adding color to your lunches, purple and orange carrots are really exciting for kids to eat. So the way that I make the carrot coins, you just pop the carrot in there and then spiralize. And as you can see, the carrot coins are coming out, and they're really, really pretty. So that's carrots. Now let's show you what we've been doing with our other spiralizer. So the way this works is it actually suctions down to the counter, so you just press down on it. I have noticed the suction function is pretty good, but every so often you have to kind of re-push it down. And then it has these inserts that go in it, and there's 3 different inserts. There's the little noodles, I guess. And then over here it stores the other 2. This is just the regular blade that makes kind of ribbons, and we have one that makes bigger noodles. When I spiralize my vegetables, I try and do something super simple with them when I prepare them for the lunches, because again, we don't have a lot of time to spend making elaborate recipes for our kids to eat. So the most basic thing that you see with a spiralizer, a lot of times you see zucchini, and people make zoodles, which are zucchini noodles, which my kids absolutely love, and it's been a huge hit. So let's just show you quickly how you would make a zoodle. My girls like a thicker zoodle, and they love to say zoodle, so we're going to put the thick one on here. I should also mention, this is great to do with your children. This is a very safe thing for them to use with your supervision, and you'll see in a second, it's so exciting when the zoodles come out. My younger daughter, who is a little bit of my pickier eater, the first time she got to use this, she just sat and ate the raw zucchini, like a huge bowl of it, which normally if I gave that to her on a plate, she would be like, ugh, I'm not eating this raw zucchini. But she was so excited by it that she just scarfed it right down. So that was pretty awesome. Now, zucchini has some seeds in the middle, and it's also a little bit of a wetter vegetable, which is what makes it better for this spiralizer. So we just pop it in there, and out come the zoodles. You can see also that you get quite a lot from one small piece of zucchini. So we have all of these noodles that have come out here. Oh, my kids also love this leftover thing. They like to eat that. They think it's really cool to play with. And hey, if your kids will play with food, they're more likely to eat it. So why not let them play with this weirdo looking thing that pops out? Anyway, so we have now these zoodles. At this point, you could either serve it to your children raw, Or you could saute it up for maybe like 2 minutes on the stovetop with olive oil and salt and pepper. When I put it in their lunches, just put it right with some marinara sauce, and it has like a pasta-like taste, but it's kind of crunchy, and they love it. I mean, it's a flavor profile that they're familiar with. Zucchini is not an overly powerful flavor, so this is a great addition to your children's lunch. The next thing that my kids have really been liking is cucumbers. And with the cucumbers, they prefer them to be in ribbons. So here we have a slice of cucumber, a piece of cucumber. Once again, you just kind of center it up. And out come cucumber ribbons. So my girls will eat these just raw in their lunch. I mean, really, how cool is this? Especially for a child or an adult. Another thing that I've done with them in their lunches lately is I've served them with like a tzatziki sauce, which you could be store-bought, or you could make your own, or you could just even put a little dill on this to kind of get, again, that similar flavor profile. But that's it. It took, 10 seconds to make these really cool ribbons, and it's something your kids are going to be really excited to eat. So again, we have the core comes out. The thing with beets that a lot of people don't know is that you do not need to peel beets. You can eat the skin, and a lot of times you don't even notice that you're eating it, especially when you do this preparation. So we do the thicker noodles with the beets. Pop this on here. Now this is where the Spiralizer really test out the suction cup and everything. But you just kind of keep on plugging away. We have these beautiful beet noodles. Maybe we'll call them boodles. No, we're not going to call them boodles. So anyway, if you do kind of the thinner one, you could serve these to your kids raw, but if this is the first time they're eating beets or it's a food they're not really familiar with, I would definitely recommend cooking it. 10 minutes in the oven and they're done. My youngest daughter loves goat cheese and beets together, which is a really, it's a combination you see on every single restaurant menu these days. So what I did yesterday was I just made her these beet noodles, and then I threw some goat cheese in with them, and that was a little section of her lunch, and she loved it, and it's exciting and tasty. So another thing that we've done with the Spiralizer is butternut squash. So you just, butternut squash, now sometimes it can be a little tricky peeling it, but I find the best thing to do is to just cut the neck off and then peel it with a regular vegetable peeler. You just need to do a couple of times, a couple of passes on each section until you get down to the nice orange color. These were fantastic. They actually taste just like pumpkin. So once again, with the butternut squash, you could eat it raw, but I would definitely suggest that you cook these also. And I roasted this at 450 degrees for 6 to 8 minutes with a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper. That's all it takes. And it still has a little bit of a crunch to it, but it also has that like roasted caramelized flavor, and it's absolutely delicious. I'm not going to do a sweet potato right now, but sweet potatoes are, again, another vegetable that work great in this. And with the sweet potatoes, you can make sweet potato curly fries, which, if that's something that your kids are used to eating anyway, why not mix it up, make it out of sweet potato, give them something that they're familiar with, but that's also healthy because you're going to be baking it instead of frying it. And you'll have these super long sweet potato strands, which they're going to love eating and they're going to love to show to their friends. Okay, so the last two things that I want to talk about are fruits in the Spiralizer. There's two fruits that I've tested out that work out really well in here. One is an apple and the other is an Asian pear. So if you're not familiar with an Asian pear, it looks similar to an apple in terms of its kind of roundness. And it tastes, it's pretty crispy. It has less of a pear flavor. It's kind of in between a pear and an apple flavor. It's delicious. It's a really kind of crispy, yummy tasting pear. So this might be another thing that you can introduce your kids to if they've already had pears but they never had Asian pears. This might be another fruit for them to eat. And you can spiralize the Asian pear. And you can also spiralize apples. So we're just going to go ahead and spiralize an apple. Pop it on there where the core goes. Push that in. And just like everything else, beautiful noodles come out. Apple was cored, and here's the core. This would be a really great addition to a fruit salad or to a green salad, or as the base underneath something in your lunch boxes. So anyway, these are the Spiralizers. I think that for the 25 bucks that this costs, it's definitely a great investment for your lunchbox repertoire in your kitchen. You can do a lot of different things with it. You can involve your kids. You can add color, flavor, simple, quick. I highly recommend it. So anyway, make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you're notified when we post new videos, and like us on Facebook to see pictures of all of the lunchboxes that we make every week. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.